seen two starkly different approaches to policing. We saw a 14-year-old boy armed with an AR-15 shoot 4 people.
Taking Georgia out of the equation.
Refinances. We
your Georgia country, a lot of money, $1,000
to get those 120.
Luxury. I know that whenever I get something that's affordable and the best in the world, I tell everybody about it, and that's what
At over 18,000 houses on the states. We've got over 8
Haul of coal, and people would put
less ticks. You heard right. She's after something most of us.
Oh, thank you. Hi. Just joining me on my ride home. I have a very long drive home today. Most of the time I sit in silence. I never really listen to the radio. But I'm sitting here driving. I have like a good hour drive. I have to drink at my Celsius because I have to study when I get home. And I need some energy because I've been up. Cool hair, thank you. What's your question? Oh, that's long. I'm not reading that. No, that's not normal. You need to go get that checked out. Your nurse is your mom is a nurse, but not yet. Like she's a nurse in school then, right? Like how I am. I'm not a nurse yet either. I'm in nursing school. That's why I have to get home and to study. Really? I'm originally not from where I live, but I live in Georgia. Anyways, I have a crap load of things to do. This is a very long drive for me. It's a good hour, 20 minutes, and I have to be right back here at 7 a.m. For class, of course. How it's supposed to feel. Your dick is hot. I'm sorry, a private part is hot, or is it just warm like body temp? It could be slightly above your body temp, but it shouldn't be hot. Feels kind of hot. I mean, if it's warmer than your regular body temperature, that's pretty normal. It shouldn't be like hot though. Thank you. I actually used to be an EMT for a long time, and now I'm in nursing school. I actually work from home right now. It's my full-time job. I work with behavioral health. Thank you, Jason. But yeah, I usually listen to my textbooks on the way home, but I really don't feel like doing that. I have about 12 chapters to read. I'm not reading them tonight, but it does take a special person, trust me. There's some people that get into this career field and literally have no business taking care of people because they're in it for the money, and with that comes a lot of errors, and just you have to have a certain heart, like you said. Thank you. I mean, Alvin, this isn't the stream to get on and be inappropriate. I mean, come on. Let's stop being so immature, because that's exactly what it is. Thank you, Jason. Super sweet. People are crazy. It doesn't make any sense. And then you try to be kind to people, and then they want to set you off. But I'm not gonna let anybody ever take me out of my character. It's just not gonna work. I had trolls on my live last night. They were saying all types of things, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. You have two options. You can be a nice person, or you can be a nasty person. If you're a nasty person, I mean, you'll get nasty results every time. But yeah, I'm gonna do some karaoke. I don't ever listen to the radio, so it's gonna be hard, actually.
Or for the best value, check
Left field.
Gio Urshela bats 7th, and he'll be at third base.
Join Star 94 this month as we stand with kids who are still fighting.
We know what it took for Team USA.
Podcast. George's number.
Leaving exit 48, Flag Shoals.
Running will be like the world.
Yeah. I never listened to the radio, but I'm gonna listen to it today. It's a long drive. Luke Combs. My daughters love this song. Actually, this is the first time I'm hearing Luke Combs' version. Oh wait, am I turning?
And now Kids Bop Live tickets. Tab, Drex, and Kara will have them for you tomorrow morning, right around 6:30. Play Are You Smarter Than Kara? Win 4 tickets to see that. Speed 98.5.
Can I be your nurse? Depends if you live here and you're in the hospital.
Big savings.
But what I've learned in
Hey, this is Boston with today's scripture. Reading Romans 12, verse 12. Be constant in prayer. Romans 12, verse 12. Back to you, Daddy.
I go to Mercer University. Atlanta campus, not Macon. I'm in Georgia. I'm in an accelerated program. It's a second bachelor's program. So if you already have a bachelor's, you could apply for this program. Do all your prereqs. It's a hybrid program also. So most of the all of the lecture is online. It's all on by yourself. There's no videos or anything. So you have to, they tell you the chapters to read and stuff. And then, yeah, you're kind of on your own there, but then you have labs that you have to go to on Mondays and Tuesdays until clinicals. So labs are 5 hours a day, and you're just learning all your clinical skills there. But there's no, like I said, there's no lecture. So you're basically teaching yourself everything. Last week was our first test in fundamentals, and I passed. I got a B on it, which I'm so happy because I thought I had the flu. I was so out of it. So, and then I have a test this week. So that's why I'm trying to get home so I can study. But then I can't study too late because I have to be back to class at 7. You can't be late. And I live like an hour and 20 minutes away. So I'm going to be back up at 5 to, thank you, Jason, to be back in lab. And then I have so I have a test on Thursday, quiz on Friday. Friday's also our white coat ceremony, and then Monday is our validations for all of our clinical skills, because after that, I think next Saturday I'll be in the hospital. So it's going by fast, which is great, but it's a lot of information. So definitely harder than a regular nursing program because it is accelerated. Each semester is only 8 weeks, so you don't have a full 16 weeks. Actually, it's 7.5 weeks. That's what they say. It's 7.5 weeks. So it'll go by fast. It's already going by fast. We're in week 3. So it just takes a lot of diligence. I'm not a person to study in a group just because I'm a very social person, actually. And I would talk the whole time and not study. So I study on my own. Read. I also put like things into ChatGPT to summarize the chapter 2. And then I do a whole bunch of practice questions. I'm also not a person to fret a lot about stuff because it's either I know it or I know it, or I don't. I know a lot of people were freaking out today. They were like, oh gosh. I think half of the people in my class actually passed the test and half of them didn't. And so that's a little more scarier. And I can see where they're coming from, because they're like, oh, they obviously, studied, but they didn't study the right way or something that works for them for it to stick. So I'm kind of more of like chilled this week because I'm like, oh, okay, what I did last week worked, and now I just need to enhance it. But combining it with our clinical skills, we learned so much in the skill part that people are freaking out about that too, since validations are on Monday. And we only actually have 1 day to practice, which is on Friday. And you only get 1 hour to practice. So I'm like, you better practice at home. That's it. Like, that's all you could do. You can't fret about what you can't do, And also, I pray. I pray before I study. I pray after I study. And I pray for my classmates too, because I want everyone to pass. But I ask God every single time, like, help me pick out the right information, help me recall this information. I pray for my classmates, my teachers, and my future patients. Help me. Help me help them. Prayer is excellent. Work never stops. Have to put in to reap the. You do. You really do. I think a lot of people were like goofing off. I even like did a few things on the weekend, but I still was like, oh, I gotta read, or I have to do this. Like, I didn't have like, you have to sacrifice so much, but it's for a short period of time, and I don't think a lot of people realize that yet. What is going on in this line? I'm gonna be patient. There's no point of rushing. We're in traffic, so. But yeah, the only thing I'll be more worried about is going back to work. I took like an 8 week leave of absence at work, but I work from home, so they said that they'll work with me, which would be great when I get back. So I basically took 8 weeks off, which is like the first semester of my nursing school, because they said that this one is the hardest. This semester is going to be the hardest. So I was like, okay, a smart person would take it off the first, semester. and if they can, and adjust accordingly. Go ahead, you can go from. Go ahead. But yeah, I think I like this program though, even though it is kind of like a learn on your own. It's because we do have a lot of support. There's plenty of tutoring. You can go to office hours with the professor. We also get mentors that are in the semester, one semester ahead of us. So there's so many tools to use. I think what people are used to doing is getting the answers to things, and they're not getting their way. Because I know a lot of people are like, oh, you know, I did these prereqs. You were allowed to do your prereqs online for this program. And so, yeah, in some of these programs, I guess you can Google or whatever. Well, you can't Google during this, and you have to take your tests at the school. So I think it was a real shocker for a lot of people that they actually can't goof off, and nursing school is not easy. Like, if it was, obviously everyone would be in nursing school. Like, I mean, it's a banging career and you can do so many different things. But I think they got a rude awakening. You really have to put your time, your effort in, and, you know, you get out what you put in. So if you want a good grade, you better put more hours in. Stop socializing so much and going out, because that's not going to be cute. And this program is expensive. Like, it's extremely expensive. So I don't know, but I'm happy for you. You have the witnesses. Oh, thank you so much. You are very kind. I appreciate your words. Yeah, you have to have the right mindset. I've been veered away so many times from nursing. This is something that I truly believe God has called me to do. And I'm finally, like, put all fears aside. And you know, it's random fears that I don't even know what I was fearful of in the first place, to be honest. But the enemy has a way of attacking your mind and making you believe certain things. And it's like, nope, God called you to be certain things. Like, I am who I'm called to be. But with that, without, you know, faith without works is dead. So I still got to put the work in. He's not going to just make me a nurse overnight. Oh, I appreciate that. Yes, I do have a long drive. I probably have like 45 minutes left. And there's a lot of, I'm on like a two-way highway. So, yeah, it's a lot of traffic. But I'd rather have taken the street. I took the streetway because when I put it in the GPS, it would have taken me only 9 minutes faster on the highway. But this is Metro Atlanta, so it never is going to be a 9 minute. It probably would have took me 30 more minutes. So I was like, oh, I'd rather do the streetway. I honestly am not in a rush. That's how you get into an accident. I'm not in a rush to do anything. I gotta read my textbooks when I get home, so I'm definitely not in a rush to do that. I'll take the little drive. People can take their time. I'm not rushing. Atlanta is a very busy place. It is. And I'm going to make sure. I live outside of Atlanta. That's why my drive is so long. And we purposely moved outside. We used to live in South Fulton, and we didn't like it. So we moved out to West Georgia. So we actually live, if there's no traffic, it's like really like 45 minutes. Oh, you're from Philly? I'm originally from Harlem, New York. And then I lived in Orlando, and then I moved up here to Atlanta like 10 years ago. So yeah, Philly's a busy place too. It's a hot mess. But I'll make sure you like it. I like where I live now. I didn't like living in South Atlanta. It was just too much going on. It's like when you're from a big city and then you move away from that, you get used to the quiet, the peace and quiet. So when you move back toward it, when you move back closer to it, it's like, ugh, no thank you. So now we live further out. It's 45 minutes from the city, but like, you know, with no traffic, of course. With traffic, I'm in this predicament now. But yeah, it's cheaper, it's quieter, it's cleaner. I wouldn't trade it for anything. Uh-oh. 20 minutes, you're from, oh, okay, yeah. Whew. Busy. So do you drive, or you're on the trains or the buses? I wouldn't drive. I couldn't drive up there. I drive everywhere down here, of course, but it's like up there, I would take trains, obviously, everywhere, or buses, whatever they have. Down here, if you live in the city, they have the trains, but it's just nothing like up north. So it's just like, it doesn't go everywhere. And yeah. Oh, you drive for a living? Oh, you're a truck driver? So you be in the car, you be in the truck. Tankers. Oh, you making money. Do you go across country, or are you just local? How's that work? I don't know anything about that. Ooh, yeah, Union. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Yeah, those are the jobs, and those are the careers to go after, to be honest. Home every night. Okay, amen to that. That is awesome. Yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun. I've gone on like really long trips. I always wonder how people did that. But yeah, coming home every night is awesome. Oh yeah, benefits, yeah. Pension. Listen, you're saying all the right things. Let me find a pension job. I'm not letting it go. Those people die out of these jobs. They used to have a pension at one of the hospitals that I worked at. But you had to be, this was years ago, before I was 30, but you had to be 30 to get on the pension plan, and I didn't know that then. And then when I went back, they were like, oh yeah, you gotta be 30. And I was like, I think I was 28 when I went back. I was like, what? So 5A to 5P, hey, that's all good. Those are the good hours. Even though there's a lot of traffic during those times, but still. Listen, I work any hours for a pension and some good benefits. The problem is, like, even working with the hospitals is like, your benefits are gonna be crap. They usually are crap. Right now I work for United Health Group, working from home. Those benefits aren't too bad. But since you were 25 and then you just turned 50, oh wow, well happy birthday, look at you. Dude, listen, if you get into a role like that, that is something to keep for sure, because there's no way. 25 years, getting out with 30 years of service. Ooh, that's a dream. Retired and everything. 55 years old. So what's your second career going to be? Or are you just going to chill? Working that long? I mean, nowadays, you could barely get people staying for a full year on a job. So, God is with you. Amen to that. Listen, he's going to make a way. He's going to provide. Woo! Blessings. Blessings upon blessings. So you're going to be totally done working when you retire? Ooh, fire! Yes. Yeah. I always said, like, if I never went for nursing school, since I had already gotten my EMT, I was like, okay, I'll do paramedic and then do firefighter. But then I was like, oh, being away from my kids 24 hours. But then you're off 48. That's the good stuff. My brother-in-law is a firefighter. He works for a small county in Georgia, and he literally got called, like, would get calls for like cats in a tree, like stuff that you would see like on a TV show. I was like, what? I was like, is that for real? But yeah, that's awesome though. Thank you for your service. You're serving your community as well. Some good-hearted people. And you're a hard worker. You've been on your job for 25 years. Carpentry, stop. I just recently, when I say recently, maybe in the last year or two, started doing woodworking, and I love it. It is such a good stress reliever. And like literally making things that you're like, oh my God, like I made this. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. There's some things I'm actually trying to build some shelving actually in my, it isn't hard. I'm just being real lazy right now. Not lazy, I'm busy, but trying to build like some shelving for all my stuff in my garage right now. Got the top shelf built, but I want to build a working station too. I don't have a working station. I have like a table out there, and I have my table saw and my miter saw. I have all that stuff, but I want it real organized. Right now it's not organized at all. This is the only thing about living out so far is like, you know, you get caught behind a car doing 35 miles an hour, you're donezo. Yes, that's my hobby. Yeah, I know. I feel like maybe like I want to say I've been in this house for 3 years, so maybe 4 years ago I really started like, oh, what if I got these tools and I started making things? I absolutely love it. Absolutely. I need to make more time for, you know, getting better and making more things. Yeah, too late. This is like I know that I'm probably better off doing this, because sitting still in traffic, that's when, you know, people start getting antsy and like, oh, let me move over to not go anywhere. So it's like, okay, this is steady movement, which is great, but some of the people here, I'm like, are you trying to make it home tonight, or like what's going on? And where I live, where I go, once I get to where I live, even though it's a regular road, the speed limit back there is 60 miles an hour posted. Right now it's 45, and I'm doing 26. Oh, thank God that person just turned. So we got one out the way. Well, I was just doing 26 miles an hour. I don't know why. I think people are just afraid to hit that gas pedal. And to each his own. I guess they're like, I'm not on the highway, so I can go as slow as I want. Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, my thing is mounted up. I'm good. Yeah, the popo is good. My husband's actually a police. Well, he's an investigator now. I wish I could get out of stuff. Even though I've been blessed. Anytime I've gotten stopped by the police, they've literally, like, I've told them the truth, like, hey, I didn't know, or if I did know I was speeding, I'm like, I'm so sorry, I was speeding. They were like, okay, just don't do it anymore. Like, oh, okay. I've never gotten a ticket. My sisters we were just sharing our stories the other day. They're like, you've never gotten a ticket? I was like, no. I was like, I've never had to say anything. I just was truthful, and they were nice. So I was like, oh, I'll go on my merry way. Yay, I'm in Douglasville finally. I got like 25 more minutes. Once I hit this, I'm like, all right. But it's still two-way, and I don't know. On this road, though, it's like 20 miles. You say your wife works for the state, for the liquor control. Ooh, really? So both of you guys have really good jobs. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Is she a part of, so she's a state worker, so she doesn't get any like union stuff either? I'm not sure how that works, because I know he's a state employee, but they don't have unions in Georgia. So 3 beautiful kids. Aww. Yeah, we have 2 little girls, 6 and 7. Are all your kids grown now? Oh, she's in the union too? Okay. Dang. Y'all got it going on. That's what I'm trying to do. We might have to move up north. 21-year-old in college. Great. 16-year-old and a 10-year-old. Oh, y'all had them spaced out. That's good though. That's kind of how I wanted it to be, but the Lord saw it differently. We planned the first one, and then train, and then our second one, I was on birth control and everything, and boom, surprise. That is awesome. So you got them all really at different stages of life. So you have an adult, you have a teenager, and then like a preteen. Woo! I'm praying for y'all. You have boys and girls, or just 10-year-old was a surprise? I bet. First 2 were playing, yep. That is hilarious. Oh my gosh. Boys or girls? 2 boys and a girl. Is the girl the youngest? Or the oldest? Or the middle? Oh wow, so she's the 10-year-old. Oh my gosh. I wonder, is she spoiled? Oh my goodness. The last one, surprise, and it's a girl. That is awesome. 40. Oh my gosh. Yeah, usually she has my heart. Yep. I bet she does. I know I have 2 girls, and my husband wants to try again for a boy, and I'm like, I don't know. We might have another girl. The girls are having more than one girl. It's a lot of drama. They're not even. They're only 6 and 7. They have a lot of drama with them, a lot of attitude. I was like, I thought this happened when they were teenagers. Like, what's going on? Oh my gosh, the road is cleared up. Look at that. God bless you. It's a lot of drama. One's an introvert and one's an extrovert. The introvert literally is the older one. She wants to be in her room literally 24/7. Nobody bother her. I'm like, you're too young for this. And the extrovert wants to be in her sister's face all the time and cries. But I'm like, I can't do And he did. My sister, okay, so my sister has 2 boys, and she's like, the reason why they're not having a 3rd child is because they have 2 boys, and she's like, I don't even want to chance it. Take boy, yeah. So I have 1 brother, and there's 4 girls. He was the last one, so you could imagine how spoiled he was. But he was a terror to my parents compared to us. They were like, you guys were easy, like you listened to directions, like. He was the one, but I'm like, he was the last one. You guys, they literally were so lazy with him. He could do anything. He could do anything, however he wanted, whenever he wanted. We had a whole bunch of rules growing up, and it was very obnoxious. But maybe we'll have a boy, who knows? We have another girl, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have no choice, right? 3 girls. I have 3 younger sisters. It's listen, I grew up with 3 sisters older. I have a twin sister, and then she's 14 minutes older than me, and then we have 2 older sisters, and the oldest, she's 9 years older than us. She's 9 years older than us, and then the second oldest is 3 years older than us. And then my brother is 4 years younger than us. As long as they're healthy. And what's funny is that I did not know their gender until I actually pushed them out for both pregnancies. I wanted it to be a surprise because I really didn't care if I had a boy or a girl at that point. And I think if we ever did have a 3rd child, I'll still... I won't need to find out. I didn't find out. I just prayed for a healthy baby. God blessed me with healthy babies, and that's all I wanted. Now, the extra drama on top is what came with it, but I'm still blessed that they're healthy, very smart, beautiful little girls. Inside and out. Yeah. It's so important to cultivate a good spiritual life, and that's what we're trying to cultivate in them. A lot of parents these days are just so hands off. They let their kids watch anything, listen to anything, and I'm like, oh my gosh, society. But they're a joy. Even when they're driving me crazy, I still am blessed. Blessed beyond measure. Come on. I'm nearing I'm like 15 minutes away. Can't believe I made it this far. Yes. Especially when you have good kids, like you don't even have to worry about them. God is good, but it's the life that you cultivate, you know? What fruits are you bearing? The evidence is going to be in your children. Nowadays, anybody's having kids, and they're letting TV raise them, and they don't spend any time. That was one of the reservations I had about nursing school was, oh, am I going to get time with my kids? But I carve out that time. Like before I get into my studies, they only have like a good hour and a half until, they go to bed. Well, that's my job to sit up with them, see what's going on, how their day went. You know what I mean? I can't just jump in my books and be like, okay, good night. No, because they haven't seen me all day. They want to see me. My books will be there. They're not going anywhere. I have plenty of time to read. And I have plenty of time. I have these long commutes. Sometimes I listen to my books on the commutes, but they can be pretty boring. So my 21-year-old got a full ride. Nice. Oh, that's amazing. Yes, free school. Yeah, my first degree I got a scholarship for. And it was such a blessing coming from a household with 5 children, my parents literally told us, like, hey, you guys have to get scholarships. And we had no choice. Like, we can't afford school, and they didn't go to college, so it was there, you had to do what you had to do if you want to go to school. Or you could have went to the military. Yep, I did it. Yeah, free school. That's what I try to tell everyone. I'm like, if you can go to school for free, even if you start out at a state college, community college, whatever you want to call it, do it. Those first 2 years are the same anywhere you go. Like, it would be insane not to overpay for a degree. Now, if they give you a free scholarship, then go ahead, go to whatever school's offering you. Yep, and I'm still doing. Now I'm paying out of pocket though. I'm not taking out any loans. That's why I have to go back to work, because I'm like, student loans are they're insane. Insane. They want your whole life, and then, a couple of your limbs too. I'm not doing it. I'm actually applied for another scholarship, so I don't have to keep paying. Hopefully in January I'll get it. But it's for the VA. They offer scholarships for like healthcare professions, and they'll pay your whole ride, and they'll give you a monthly stipend while you're in school. So I got an email the other day saying I was eligible and that I was moving on to the next round. So I'm praying that that I get that. If I don't get it, I'm not going to be upset, because everything happens for a reason. God is going to provide, and I'm a faithful believer of that. So he'll make a way. He opened up these doors, even though they were unexpected. So yeah, the stipend part too. Like, what? Not only you paying. There's a couple of those scholarships. There's another one that's like called Nurse Corps, but their stuff, you had to have all that stuff turned in by like May something. And I don't believe anything's by luck or by chance, because I was looking up like side jobs I could do for, while I'm in nursing school, and that scholarship randomly popped up with the Nurse Corps scholarship, and I almost didn't click on that video. And I ended up looking, and I was like, wait, what? Went and applied. Yep. God will always make it work. Always. And then all you have to do is you give them service back. So work at the VA hospital, which I want to do anyways. And then guess what? You have to work in a rural area or whatever for like 2 years, which is fine. I looked, and Georgia only has 2 facilities. So you have to drive to one of these 2 facilities. One is like 2 hours away. The other one is 10 minutes away. I was like, look at God. Like, out of all the VA hospitals, the one is 10 minutes away from me. They only listed 2, and one of them is right here. I was like, come on. Well, no, there's more than that. There's only 2 that's listed as rural, and one of them is 10 minutes away. So it could have been anywhere in Georgia, and one of them is 10 minutes away. So I was like, wait a second. Is this a sign? Thank you, Lord. So I'm praying I get that. If not, I can always apply for the job, and then, yeah, still work there. But it'll be better if they pay for my stuff. Oh, yeah. No, there's way more than 2 VA hospitals.